Hi, and welcome to your Pilates Flow class, focusing on strengthening your muscles, find the lengthening action as well, and also at the same time connecting with movement and feeling good. So let's get started on your mat. We're gonna start with our legs underneath our hips. So you're gonna go into squat first. Bending from your knees, bending from your hips, take your hands into prayer, and then come all the way back up. So you're gonna bend and then extend to lengthen, pressing through your feet. Think big toe, pinky toe, and heel. As you lower down, you want to keep that chest open and then lift. So that way you're careful of not pitching forward while you're leaning and looking down and then lifting up. So you want to make sure that chest is open and your head is lifted. Again, taking it down and then back up. You have 5 more here. 4, press, engaging through those thighs. 2 more. 2, lift. On this last one, stay low. Again, keeping the chest open. You have little pulses, pressing through your feet. You got this for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it here. You're gonna step out and then switch. Alternating right and left, keeping that chest open. 8 more. Stabilizing through your supporting leg. This is 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 more, and then we have traveling side squats. Here we go. So you're gonna step out and in and out and in. You can take your arms out as you travel from side to side. Nice. So taking it twice over to one side and then same thing to the other side. Staying low through your legs so that while your head isn't bobbing, you want to keep it nice and even. And press. Starting to get those muscles to heat up, starting to warm up through your body. And press. And again, out and in. Taking it out and in here. Keeping your knee aligned over your ankle and underneath your hip. And reach. And again, taking it out and in twice. Same thing on the other side. Now find yourself back into the center of the mat. Stepping through, bend both knees, extend your leg out to the side, hands come back into prayer, lift your leg up and down. So you're working into the side of your hip and your glute here, keeping that chest nice and open. Again, press to lift and lower. And up, 5 more. This is 5, 4, 3, 2. On this last one, I want you to step out to the side. Bend your knees so you're going into that lateral lunge. Now you're gonna push off, bring that toe towards your ankle, or you can take your knee towards your toe towards your knee and reach those arms up and overhead. So taking it down and up. Nice big inhale, exhale to lift. Lower and lift. And press. This is 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 more here. Last one, and now you have the other side, bending both your knees, extending your leg out to the side. Just lift and lower. So keeping that chest open, hip, knee, and ankle are over each other. Again, lift and lower. So you want to find the strength through your hips and through your glutes here. Reach and lower. And press. 5 more. See if you can sit a little bit lower in this position to challenge your muscles. 3 more. 3, 2. On this next movement, you're going into that lateral lunge, shifting your weight over, reaching down. You can take your arms overhead and bring your toe towards your ankle or towards your knee, and then step back out again. Lower and lift. Taking it down and up. Nice big inhale. Exhale to lift and press. Engaging through that standing hip and glute. 8 more. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3 more. 3, 2, last one. And now lower it all the way back down. You're gonna step over to the back edge of your mat, reaching your arms up and overhead. Nice big inhale. Exhale to tuck your chin and roll it down. Think one vertebrae at a time. Or you can walk your hands down your thighs into more of a neutral spinal position. Reaching your hands down on the mat. Release your head, release your neck. You can bend your knees a little bit and now try to lengthen through your legs a little bit more. So if you need to bend your knees to begin with, that's fine. Go into a deeper bend and then try to lengthen. Lower and lift. Nice big inhale and exhale. So you're actively getting that stretch through the back of your thighs here. 3 more. 2. Last one. And now walk your hands out to downward dog. So holding this position, lifting your hips up nice and high, letting your heels just press into the mat. Again, lifting your hips, relaxing through your heels, so you're getting that nice stretch through the back of your legs. Getting that release through your hips as well. Just connecting through your breath here. One more breath. And now step your leg through into a runner's lunge position. You can either keep your knee lifted or you can lower your knee down onto the mat. I want you to circle your arm up and around, open up your chest, and then bring it on through. So if you're lengthening through that leg, you're gonna open and then reach back down. And again, open to release and bring it through. One more. Hands together, lift your hips on up nice and high, back into that downward dog, so you're pressing your heels into the mat. Keep lifting your hips up nice and high here. You can also bend your knees if you tend to have tightness through the back of your hamstrings, trying to lengthen through the back of your legs. The goal is to find that inversion versus rounding through your back here. One more breath. And now you can step it through with your opposite leg, finding that runner's lunge, either where your leg is lengthened, knee is off the mat, or you can lower it down, whatever feels best on your hips and on your knees. Reaching and spiraling, taking that arm back and around so you're getting that nice rotation. Bring it forward again, and then reach up and over. 2 more. Last one. Hands go back down on the mat. You're gonna lower it down into a half plank position. So knees are on the mat. Keep that chest open. You can walk your hands out so you have a wider stance. Finding that length through the crown of your head. You're gonna step one leg back and bring it back in, and then switch to do the other side. So you're stabilizing through your shoulders. You're lengthening through one leg, and then the other side. You have 4 more here. 3, 2, and 1. Now try to do a little push up here, micro bend, lower and lift. So you're just lowering halfway down and then lift to press all the way up. You have 8 more here. 7, lift. 6, keeping that chest nice and open. 4 more. 3, 2, last one. And now sit back on your heels. Bend through your knees, finding that release through your spine. You can just let your forehead rest on the mat. 1 more breath. And then you can come back up to all fours. So shoulders right over those wrists. Hips over your knees, going into cat and cow neck. So just exploring this movement as you round through your spine, and then lengthen to open up your chest to find that length through your spine as well. So you're just moving through both directions, using that breath to help you. And again, round and lengthen to open. One more each direction. And then come back into that neutral spinal position. Lower down onto your forearms. You can either stay in a half forearm plank where your shoulders are right over those elbows, or you can tuck your toes and extend through your legs. So finding your forearm plank that works best on your body, engage through your glutes. Find that length in your spine. Keep drawing belly button to spine at the same time. And we're just gonna hold it here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down onto your knees. Press your hips up and back just to take some pressure off of your shoulders. One more breath here. And now find your forearm plank one more time. So lengthening through your legs, you're gonna hold it here. Little alternating knee bends, right and left. So if you're in a half plank position, what you can do is extend and bend through one leg, or you can switch and do one side and then the other. So you're still alternating. Keep those toes tucked. Ready? Here we go. This is 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lift your hips on up. Press them back a little bit to take some pressure off. One more breath. And then come back up to all fours again. Find that length through the crown of your head. Pressing away from the mat, extend one leg back and lift it up to hip height. Holding it here, we're going into circles. So you're gonna take your leg out to the side, circle it down, around, and up. So that way you're starting by taking your leg out to the side, bring it down, across, and up, trying to make that same size circle every single time. Reach and lengthen here. 5 more. This is 5, 4, finding that strength in your hip. 3, 2, and 1. Now reverse the circle. Take it the opposite way. So now you're starting by taking that leg in towards the center of your body and press. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take your leg back to center so it's at that hip height. Tap the mat and lift. Again, lower and lift. So you're finding that strength through the front of your thigh by engaging through that quad muscle to keep your knees straight, so that way you're not bending through your knee here. Lower and lift. Keep pressing away from the mat with your upper body, so you're strengthening through your back and your shoulders. 5 more. 5, lift. 4, 3 more here. 2, and 1. Knees together. Same thing now, but on the other side. So starting with your circles first, lifting that leg up to hip height. Take your leg out to the side, down, in, and back up. Keep pressing away from the mat, making sure that your opposite hip is right over your knee here. And circle. 5 more here. 4, 3, you can also flex your foot if that feels good. 2, and 1. Now reverse the circle, taking it the opposite way. Finding the length through the crown of your head and press. 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Keep that leg up at hip height. Find the length through the front of your thigh here. So think about straightening that leg out a little bit more. Tap the mat and then lift. Lower and lift. So you're working through your hip, you're working through your glute here, working through every muscle through your leg as you lower and lift it. 2 more. 2 and 1. Nice work. So now hips over your knees. Tuck your toes, go into a little hover and step your leg through. You're coming up to a lunge position. So make sure that back heel is lifted, hips are nice and squared off, lowering down and up in that lunge, lower and lift. If you need more support, you can always hold on to a chair or a countertop ledge. That's always up to you. Otherwise, you can keep your hands on your hips here, taking it down and up. You have 5 more. 4, 3, 2. On this last one, stay low. You're gonna bring your back leg forward and then step it back into your lunge. Forward and back. You can take your hands into prayer or keep your hands on your hips. It's all about shifting your weight through your ankles and engaging through your thighs here. And press. 5 more. Keeping the chest open, drawing that rib cage in together. 3, 2, and 1. Now step your back leg in again. Step your feet out wide, so you're going into a squat. Keep your legs a little bit more parallel than turned out. Lower it down into your squat, and then come on up. So you're not fully straightening out your legs. Lower down and up. Keeping that chest open. And lift. So you're working through that lower body here. And press. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 more on this last one. Sit low, pulse it out. You can reach your arms to shoulder height here. Think about sitting a little bit lower. Keep pressing through your feet. This is 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lift it all the way back up. So now taking your legs underneath your hips, step back with that opposite leg. So we're switching sides, going into your lunge, lower down, and then back up. Keeping the hips nice and even, so they're nice and level here. Legs are in line with your hips. That way you're able to protect your knees, and that way you're not rotating from the knee joint. Lower and lift here. Think about working through both of your legs evenly in this position, taking it down and up. That's it, you got it. 4 more. 3, 2. On this last one, stay low. Take your hands into prayer. Step your foot forward and then back. So you're shifting your weight, shifting your trunk as you step it forward and back. You can always make this distance smaller to help support your hips and your knees and to keep that balance. And press. 5 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now step your back leg in. Take your legs towards the edges of your mat. Try to keep your legs parallel-ish again. Lower down into that squat and then come up. So you're not fully straightening out your legs. Repeating this series here, taking it down and up. Pressing through your feet. Lower and lift. 5 more. This is 5. Lift. 4, 3, 2. On this last one, stay halfway down. Extend your arms to shoulder height, but plug those shoulders down into your back. So you're opening up your chest. Shift your weight back into your heels so you can easily lift up your toes, lower down an inch and up an inch. Little movement here. So pulsing it out for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come all the way up to stand. Feel that nice burn through your thighs. Let's grab our weights. And we're gonna turn to face the side here. Holding onto your weights, think of it as an uppercut. So you're bending your knees, You're gonna reach across to one diagonal and then the other. Or think of it as just a scoop and lift. So scoop and lift and reach. So you're reaching across your body, keeping that chest nice and open, and press. Feeling that connection of opposite rib cage down to that hip bone. So think opposite rib to hip, and press. Find fun with this movement as you reach across, finding the strength in your shoulders. And reach, 8 more, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now taking your arms out to the side, lift them up to about shoulder height. You're gonna reach overhead and then back down to shoulder height. You can bend your knees a little bit more if that feels better on your spine as you reach over and back down, lift and lower. You can also keep your legs straight, it's up to you. As you reach and lower back down. 8 more here. 7, 6, 5. Being careful that you're not sinking into your low back. You want to find that lift, keeping your chest open. 3 more. 3, 2, 1 more, and then we're going into bicep curls next. Bringing those elbows in, you're lifting up and down. So you can raise your elbows up to that shoulder height if you'd like for a little extra challenge. But if you're feeling it in your neck, lower your elbows down. You want to keep the chest open. You want to feel your arms working through this movement. Step your legs out wide. Now shift your weight over to the side, bending your knee, and press. 5 more here. 4, 3, 2, keep up with those bicep curls. Now you're shifting your weight over. So bending through the opposite knee, lift and lower. And press and lift. 5 more. 5, 4, 3, you got it. 2, last one, come back through center, bend both of your knees. You can turn out from your hips a little bit, round your arms, going into that reverse fly. Your gaze is about 10 inches forward, so you're not looking straight ahead. You're not tucking your chin all the way down, keeping that nice alignment from your tailbone all the way through the crown of your head. Reach and lower. 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 more here, and lift all the way up. So turning to the face to side, 1 leg forward, 1 leg back, keeping that back leg straight and your heel lifted. Shift your weight forward, going into a row next, drawing those elbows back. So that way you're working through your back muscles here. And press. This is 5, 4, 3, 2. On this last one, bend your elbows, hold it here. You can extend and lift your leg as you extend your arms and lower back down, or you can just do the upper body movement. It's up to you. Lift and extend and lower, or just through the upper body here. Keeping the chest open. Reach to lengthen and lower. 4 more. 4, 3, 2. Last one. Now bring your feet together. Switch it out. So take your opposite leg back. Keep that heel lifted. Knee is right over your ankle. Reaching your arms forward. Draw the elbows back and then bring it forward. Keeping that chest open. If you want more of a challenge, you can sit a little bit lower in this lunge. If you want to break from that lower body movement, just walk your back foot in. It's up to you. And press. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now draw your elbows back. Again, keep the chest open. You're gonna extend through your arms as you lift your leg and then lower back down. Shifting your weight so that knee still stays over your ankle here. And again, reach to lengthen and lower and press. 5 more. 4, 3, 2, last one. Now bring your back foot in, come all the way up to stand, place your weights out to the side, and then come back up to the front edge of your mat. Reach your arms up and overhead. Exhale to release down. You can tuck your chin to peel it all the way down, or you can place your hands on your thighs to walk it down. It's up to you. So you're getting that nice lengthening action as you fold in half. Again, bend your knees and then lengthen to extend. Just going into a little bend and extend. You may be starting from a deeper bend and you're going into a smaller bend. It's just about where you are when it comes to your mobility and when it comes to the lengthening action of your muscles. Again, down and extend. 5 more here. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Really lengthen through the back of your thighs if you can. Shifting your weight slightly forward. And now walk your feet back into a plank and hold it here. So if a full plank isn't in your wheelhouse, that's fine. Lower down into that half plank and make it really solid. You can always lower down onto your forearms if that feels better on your shoulders, and you're holding it here. Keeping that chest open, you're gonna walk your leg in and then step it back, alternating right and left. If you're in a half plank position, you're gonna extend your leg and then lower and switch. So you're finding that lengthening action. Ready? Here we go. Taking your knee in and out, alternating right and left, or you're lengthening your leg back and then drawing it back in. If you're in that half plank position here, again, in and out. 4 more. This is 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down onto your knees again, keeping your chest open, keeping your shoulders over your wrists, hips over your knees. Just want you to sway your hips from side to side. Nice little gentle release. And press. And switch. 1 more on each side. And then you can take a seat. Let's bring your legs in front. Take your weights, make sure they're on either side of your mat, towards the back where your head will be. And now you're just gonna lie down on your back. We're going into bridging next. So feet are firmly planted on the mat here. Keep your arms down by your sides. Lift your hips up with that power, with that strength, and finding that length through the front of your thighs, and then lower back down again. Keeping the chest open, you're lifting up and then back down. Feeling that connection of your rib cage coming in and together. And lift and lower. 5 more here. 4, 3, 2, just 1 more, and you're gonna hold at the top. Keeping your chest open, lift your arms up towards the ceiling, and now turn your palms so they're facing away from your body, so away from your face. Bend your elbows and extend. So we're doing this without the weights, just keeping that chest open, focusing on your posture, keeping your hips lifted. Again, lowering down and up. 5 more. 5, 4, pressing through both of your feet nice and even. 2 more. 2 and 1. And now lower your hips back down. So now reaching over to grab your weights. You're gonna take your arms out to the side for a chest press. So you're gonna extend your arms up and then back down, bending through those elbows. Find that nice neutral spine. So you're working through your pecs, but you're not letting that rib cage go. You're not arching that back. At the same time, you're not pushing your whole lower back into the mat. You're gonna find that small arch, and you wanna keep the chest open as you lift up and down. 5 more here. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Reach and extend your arms up to the ceiling. Rotate to take your palms so they face in. Bend from your elbows and then extend. So working through your shoulders and through your triceps here. Be careful that you're not letting your elbows swing back. You want to keep your elbows solid over your shoulders here, so that way you're engaging through the back of your arms. And by keeping your joints in a fixed position, by not letting the elbows move, that's how you're going to strengthen the back of your arms here and press into those triceps. 5 more. 4, 3, 2, last one. And now you can bring your arms all the way in towards your chest and then press up towards the ceiling, down and up. If you want to add a bridge, as you punch your arms up, you can take your hips up towards that ceiling and lower. 8 more here, focusing on the strength through your upper and lower body at the same time. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, last one, and then lower all the way down. So next movement is leg circles. You can just take those weights, place them out to the side, give them a little break. They get a little vacation as we work through our leg circles. So taking your leg up to the ceiling, keeping that chest open. I always like to place my hands on my hip bones to make sure I'm really using my lower abdominals versus using my low back or my hips. You're gonna take your leg down, you're gonna circle it out to the corner edge of your mat, and then bring it all the way back up to the ceiling. So when you're doing this, you wanna be really careful that you're not letting your hip rotate. Start small. So starting small, you're gonna find a bigger gain than if you try to make a huge circle. It's a lot harder to correct and control later on when it comes to engaging through your tummy muscles and fixing your form. Again, taking it down, out and around, and again, lower, down, out and around and up. 2 more. Last one. Now we're gonna reverse the circle. So start by taking your leg out to the side, circle it down and back in and up. Nice big inhale, and then exhale to lift. And you don't have to lower your leg down really low with this movement. It's about keeping that thigh bone plugged into your hip bone the entire time here. Let's try for 5 more on the side. You got it. 5, and press. 4. You can always press your hands into the mat as well. 3, keep that chest open. 2, last one, and then lower your leg down. Okay, same thing but on the other side. Extending your leg, should feel this through the front of your thigh as well. You're gonna take your leg down, out and around, and back up. So you may need to readjust your foot position, making sure that those hips are level. Lower down, out and around, and back up again. Nice big inhale and exhale. You can always place your hands on your hips. And again, just starting out that circle small, and then you can work on up to a larger circle if that feels okay. And again, lower down, out and around and up. 3 more. 3, 2, 1 more. Now let's reverse it. So now you're gonna take your leg out to the side, bring it in, and then all the way up. Nice big inhale, and then exhale to lift. And press. 5 more here. This is 5 and lift. 4, 3, 2, and 1, and lower all the way back down. So taking a moment here, reaching your leg back up to the ceiling. So now you take it down and around, you're gonna reverse it and press. Focusing on the length through the crown of your head. And press. And reach. 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then hug your knees into your chest, finding that length through the crown of your head. Extend your legs on up, hold them there. Flex your feet. So finding your neutral spine where your tailbone is heavy, chest is open. You're gonna lower your legs down for 2 and lift them up for 2. You can also separate your feet so they're in line with your hip bones and lift. I like lowering my feet together. That helps to stabilize my hips a little bit more. You could always separate your feet if you have really strong hips and abs. Otherwise, you can also bend your knees and lower down and then take it back up. So it's up to you, finding the length through your legs, lowering down and then back up again, and again, lower and lift. 3 more. This is 3, 2, last one, and then lower your legs all the way back down. So sometimes it's one of those things with movement, you can find which side is a little bit stronger than the other. In general, people tend to have a stronger right side, and you can see it from when they stand and when they shift their weight. So in bridging, it's really good to really ground through your feet. And I want you to practice just grounding your feet into the mat, engaging your glutes, lifting your hips up an inch, and then lower all the way back down. So we're focusing on that symmetry of engaging through your hamstrings and your thighs evenly. And it's all about that initiation. So how do you initiate movement? And how do you focus on engaging through your muscles to build that balance through both the right side of your legs and through your upper body as well? Again, lifting your hips up and then back down. So it's just a little lift. I might be going a little bit too high, so if you want to make it smaller, that's perfectly fine. You have 4 more here. 3, 2, last one, and lower all the way back down. Keeping your chest open, take your legs back towards the ceiling, and now find that diamond shape. So you're pointing through your feet, or you can flex, it's up to you. You're finding that diamond by bending your knees and opening up from your hips. You're taking your legs down for 2, and then lift it back up for 2, keeping that chest open, making sure your legs are coming straight up through that midline position. They're not veering off to the side as you lower and lift. Keeping that chest open, engaging your shoulder blades down onto the mat, and lift. Again, lower and lift on up. 5 more. And press. If you're starting to feel that shakes, that's good. It means you're working through your tummy muscles. You're finding that challenge. 3 more. 3, and lift. Nice big exhale as you lift on up. 2, 1 more. And then you can place your feet down on the mat. Let's have you turn to face the side. So now you can stay on your forearm, or you can rest your head on your hand. It's up to you. Keep both of your legs bent to start and extend your leg out to the side. Just start by lifting and lowering your leg up and down. So working through your hips. Same time you're working through the front of your thigh here. You can either press your hand into the mat or take your hand and place it on your hip. Lift and lower. 5 more here. 4, 3, 2, On this last one, extend both of your legs. You can bring your legs slightly forward if you'd like and open up from your hips. So you're rotating out. So basically you're making that Pilates V if you were in standing. Bend from your knee, drag your toe up towards your knee, extend your leg, and then flex your foot and lower it back down. Nice big inhale, and then exhale to lower. So you're finding that length through your side body. You're working through your hips here, so you're engaging through your hips as you lower. Again, bringing it up, extend, and lower. And press. You have 5 more here. And 4, 3, 2. Last one. Now bend your front knee or your top leg and bring your foot in front so your heel is lifted. Flex your bottom foot, lift and lower that bottom leg so you're working through your inner thighs. Couple of options. You can keep your heel down on the mat. If this is really hard on your hips, because everyone's hips are built a little differently, you can always take that leg and step it back. So that way you're lifting and lowering, still working those inner thighs there, just a different position with your foot. So make sure that ankle is right in line with your knee, so you're not letting your ankle roll in or out here as you lift and lower. Keeping your chest open, you should also feel your lower abdominals working with this movement. And press. 5 more. This is 5, 4, 3, 2. On this last one, hold it halfway up, little pulses for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release back down. Bend your knees and lift on up. We have the same thing now, but on the other side. So just sweep your legs on over. Hand can be on your head, or if you want to stay up on your forearm, it's up to you. You can always adjust. Keep your knees bent, hips are stacked, and extend that leg out to the side, lifting it up and down. You're working into the side of your hip and your glute here. Finding that length through your legs so that way you're engaging through the front of your thigh and lower. Lift and take it back down. You're always more than welcome to flex your foot if you feel like you have better engagement. Flexing your foot versus pointing it, it's up to you. And press. This is your workout. So find the time with these movements to really connect and give yourself permission to explore the movements at the same time. 3 more. 3, 2, and 1. Now extend both of your legs. Find that Pilates V essentially. So if you flex your feet, you have that little V shape. Pointing through your legs now. Also the way my hips are built, or maybe just also too, part of it is just how tight my hips can be. You're not gonna wanna let your leg lower down because then you're crossing midline. So naturally, because of the rotation and tightness in my hips, this feels best. But you really wanna be careful that you're not letting that leg cross down. You're gonna bend from your knee, drag your toe up towards your knee, extend through your leg, flex your foot, and lower all the way down, engaging through your hips, engaging through your glutes here. Again, bend and extend, and then flex to lower. So now you're getting best of both worlds. You're pointing and you're flexing, and lower. Nice big inhale, and exhale. Again, reach, and lower. And press. 5 more here. And 4. Lengthen. 3 more. 3. And reach. 2. 1 more. And lower back down. Now keeping your foot on the mat. So you can either have the ball of your foot or your heel down. If you're keeping your heel lifted, make sure your ankle's fully supported. Flex your bottom leg, so inner thigh engagement. Lift and lower. You can always take this front leg, move it behind. So just do the same thing you did on the other side. Finding the strength through your hips, the strength through your glutes here as you lower and lift. And press. 8 more. This is 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it up halfway now. Little pulses up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release back down. Extend both of your legs and roll onto your stomach. So now you're going to be on your forearms. Open up your chest. Find this nice Sphinx pose where you find that nice extension through your back here. And just trying to relax into this. Try not to force this movement. Do actively try to press your forearms to connect into the mat without giving it 100% of your effort. So just find that connection and breathe. 2 more deep breaths. 1 more. And now you can press and lift your hips on up. Come up to all fours where you're on your forearms. And now come up to a fully extended arm. Take your right leg through. We're gonna go into pigeon. So you can extend your back leg, keeping this front knee bent, and then just walk your hands forward to keep a stretch through your hips. You can also bend that back knee and just reach it forward. If this is really tough on your hips, you can always roll onto your back and do figure 4 stretch, where you cross one leg over and pull through by taking your hands behind your thigh and gently finding that stretch and that release through your hips. So plenty of options for hip openers, either figure 4, pigeon with your leg bent, or you can fully extend your leg, keeping your hips squared off. If you feel like you're high up in the air and you're floating, you can always put a pillow underneath your cheek to give you some leverage, and then just walk your arms forward. You can either have your forearms on the mat, you can lift up a little bit higher. It's up to you. Couple more breaths here. You can play around with it if you want to lower down or come on up. It's up to you as you hold it for a few more breaths. And now lift all the way back up again. Let's switch it out. So take your opposite leg in front. Either switch it out for figure 4 or for your pigeon. Finding that length through your leg, and then finding that stretch through your front hip as you walk it forward. Using that breath to help you. You can also adjust. You can come up to a little bit more of an upright position, or you can lower down and extend those arms even more. One more breath here. And lift all the way back up. So now we're gonna turn to face the side, cross those legs, sitting up nice and tall. Reach your arms up and overhead, nice big inhale. And then exhale to release your arms back down. Again, nice big inhale, reaching those arms up and overhead. Exhale, release your arms down by your sides. Now you're just gonna take one arm, you're gonna reach up and over, so nice side bend here. Lift, and then come all the way back up. Same thing now, but on the other side. Reach, and lift all the way up. And now we're gonna roll it up. So you're gonna turn to face the side, go into that forward fold where you're lifting your hips, folding your body in half, bend your knees, gently peel it up. Think one vertebrae at a time, or you can walk up your thighs with your hands in that neutral spine. And then reaching your arms up and overhead, you're gonna lift your heels up and down. Keeping that chest open, keep reaching up towards the ceiling, lifting the heels up and down for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bend your knees, step one leg back, getting a stretch through your calf. Keeping your chest open, take your arm up and over, wrap it around to take your hand on your thigh and extend your other arm forward. And then circle your arm back and around. Bring your feet together. Same thing but on the other side. Taking your leg back, circling that arm back and around to grab your thigh. Getting that nice stretch through your calf here. One more breath. And then bring it all the way back to center and come up to a stand. Wonderful work. It was so good to see you, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Hope you feel a little bit more centered and a little bit more aligned, and I'll see you next time. Bye.